surface here, and then some behind this surface here, and then create this section here with this little wing, and then once we created all of that, hopefully if we have time, we're gonna move on to the front section here inside and just quickly create front lip. And once we created all of the front section here and closed everything off, then we're going to create the headlights and all of the missing pieces in the headlights itself. I made a decision that we're going to put the logo on, the Corvette logo on at the very end. So, all right, so let's get on to the design, and then let's continue. So the first thing we need to do is we need to longen the surface a little bit. So let's do that quickly. So jump over to first display state here, and let's hide some lines here that it's in the way. Let's hide these lines as well, and we hide these ones as well for now. We can keep the front one probably. Yeah, okay, so let's jump to the front plane. Let's jump to the front plane, normal to profile. And then let's just jump in down here, and then we're going to make a convert entities from these lines here. So convert that, and we're just gonna pull them down like so, right? Something like that. And then grab a line, and then we're gonna go from down here to yeah. So if you hover over that, it will give you the straight line that you can use. So it's here, but it don't need to be that straight. Okay, so that's that. And then let's cut out these lines here, the converted lines. So press OK. And then the next sketch we're going to make is on the top plane. Exit this sketch and jump to the top plane here. And then we're just going to click this line and convert entities. And then let's press spacebar and jump to the top. And then let's just pull this line out like that. Okay, and exit this sketch. All right, and then now we're just quickly going to do a projection curve of this small line and this big line. Okay, and then just jump in here and do a quick boundary, this edge and this edge. We're going to apply tangency to this edge here, tangency to face. Okay, and let's hide that blue line there. Okay, we are tangent, that's good. All right, so the second thing we need to do is jump over to second display state. And you can see an edge here. You can see an edge here, which we can use. But we're probably going to go a bit further up the line to this point here. So let's grab a 3D sketch, and then let's get a construction line, and then going to pull this line down in the y-axis. So here, so not this line, go a bit further up, and then pull it down in the y-axis, something like that. Okay, and just to double check how straight a line, let's go from the side view, and we are straight there. And let's just pull it a little bit up so it's not that thick. Don't worry about that. That did not register for us. Okay, so all right, so that looks good. Okay, so the thickness is gonna work for us. Okay, so let's exit the sketch, and then let's hide the blue line from here as well. Okay, and then the first line is going to be a 3D sketch. So select the spline, and then go from this corner here to that point. Okay, let's jump on the top here quickly, and as we can imagine, that line that we just created, it goes probably on the same same distance from this corner here down, and then it goes right underneath the rest of the part somewhere up here. Okay, so if we jump in here, this is our line, and it's basically this is our surface, so it's almost yeah, almost on the same. It's starting off almost at the same, but maybe a little bit in. I'm just going to bring it in a little bit, and then all the way into here. Okay, and then let's jump to the side view here, and then make sure that we pull that line down a little bit, something like that. Okay, uh, make sure that this line here, it's about there, and then it will create that surface for us in this direction. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit under here, and then it's good over there. Okay, so exit the sketch, and let's jump over to surface here, and then do a boundary surface, and then select this line, and just select that line. Hover over the pin connector, press the right click and flip connectors, and then so basically we have this edge here for direction 2. So go over to direction 2 and press selection manager. Select direction 2 and press OK. And then now we connect it to that side as well. So press OK on that. And then yeah, we are all okay. However, we can go back here for quickly, and we can add tangency to fit this side here, but it's already a tangent, so it's probably not needed. Okay, good. All right, so that's that surface there. So quite happy with that surface. Okay, so we little bit open here. Okay, but we will close that up. Okay, so we have this much done. All right, so let's continue by working on the inside of these surfaces here. So what we are going to do is jump to this over here, this line. Let me see something. We can make it shorter. We can make it. We're gonna keep it high as this, and it won't give us any problem in the rest of the design. So let's just jump over here, like in this direction here, and jump to 3D sketch, and let's grab. Oh, hold on. Exit this one. Make sure that we are in 3D sketch. So let's jump to 3D sketch. Grab that center line, and then go to this. Get onto this edge, and then as long as we are on X, Y, X, and Z. Uh, that's what we're looking for, not X and Y, because we're not going up, we're going sides. So press tab until you have Z and X, which is our axes that we are looking for. Okay, so let's just pull it out to here. All right, and then let's grab another one, and then just get onto the edge and pull it out there. Okay, So now we are kind of perpendicular to that one. All right, so let's press spacebar and then jump to this section here. And I just want to make sure that we are straight with this line here. Something like that. Well, that line didn't exactly did what we wanted it to do. So let's try not to snip on that edge. Okay, we are good there. Good. All right, and now let's jump to the top. And basically, we want to make it perpendicular to the surface and pull it down to about there because that's going to be enough for us. All right, so if we come from here, should be looking straight down on our part here, and that looks good. Okay, and then let's just check again from the side, and then zoom in as much as you want so that we're straight as possible. Something like that. Let's check that the lines are lining up, and then yeah, they kind of lining up, so that's good. All right, let's just check again our thickness on this side because we don't want to add too much thickness to this body. So maybe we bring it down a little bit more, something like that. Okay, that's gonna be perfect for us. And now let's just grab a line up to here, and then exit the sketch, and just we're gonna leave it there for now. All right. Next sketch we need to get is going to be we go inside the actual part. So we have a nice body in this area. Okay, and it goes sharply up to that section. It's not touching with this body, so make sure you look into it and look inside as much as you can, so yours is not, so it's not intersecting, so one surface is not intersecting with other surface. So let's make sure of that. And then the next surface, next sketch we want to do is going to be, let's have a look at our drawing. Let's have a look at the picture for a second. Okay, so all right, so we got this underside here, and then we got the, well, we haven't got these sides yet. But what I want to do is I want to create a step in from this body, so it steps in underneath, so it's not going, you can look inside the body from this section here. So let's try to close that up in there, and then go from there. Okay, so obviously we have to make a 3D curve from here that goes down in this section here, and then goes all the way around in this area. And then once we have done that, we're going to make us another 3D sketch, and possibly close in from here, so it touches onto this edge here. Okay, so next sketch we're going to create to come a full circle around on this area is we're going to grab another 3D spline, going to center line, and let's make sure that's a 3D sketch. So center line, and let's go from this edge. Okay, and then it's not YZ, so press tab until you have a Z and an X. So XZ, okay, axes, and yeah, we want these to stick out as only as much as these ones stick out. So you can come in here and quickly measure that, and that's a 2.91, right? So let's call it 3 millimeters. So let's jump in here and then measure that. So that's 5 millimeters already. So let's pull it straight. And let's go from the top view as well. Press OK, and then jump to the top. And then I just want to make sure that we are kind of straight. All right, so let's sketch, and then smart dimension. Let's check that, and we said 3 millimeter on that one, so it's press 3, okay, and that's 3 millimeter now. All right. We can delete the smart dimension now, because we don't want it to float there. Okay, so so that goes like that. That spline, and then comes up here, somewhere in the middle, and we stop that surface there, or stop it somewhere in here. Okay. So first, let's create this first 3D spline. Exit this spline, and then let's jump to again 3D sketch. Not that one. Let's jump to 3D sketch. Let's grab a spline and just come from this line. We're going to make a few points like in the air, like that. Okay, and then just click on the line and get our control polygon on that line, and then press spacebar and jump to the front of it. And now we can fine tune our sketch here. So okay, so put that there and something like that. Just roughly make it as the other one is. That's good from there. And now jump to the top, and then just pull it until we see our surface is. I like to work from the other angle from here. Don't ask me why. So jump in here, and let's click on our polygons here, triangles, and then let's make sure that we are somewhere close to our edge, but we have a step in. All right, so go up there, and then again check from the front again, and from the front it looks good, but maybe we can work on this a little bit. Just pull this down to there. Come back to the top. Something like that. Okay, and come to the front, and that looks good. Okay, and then again just check that we have that edge all the way through, and we are. Okay, and then just simply again we're going to exit this one, jump to surfaces, and create a boundary surface of this 3D sketch and this edge. So let's select the manager. Let's select that one. This one here is square. Press OK, and then we are not intersecting with anything here, so good. All right. So we have that surface done now. It's a nice step in uh, to the part. So let's okay. So the next one is next spline. Let's close this up here, this section. So we're going to use this 3D sketch to close this up as well that we created for our underbody. So let's grab a another 3D spline, and then come from this point to this point down here, and we're just going to jump to the front and fix that line up. So pull that down in, pull that one in there, and this one in here, something like that. And then let's jump to the top. We can see something a lot better there. Yes, we are. That's our point there. And then we're just gonna pull these lines perpendicular to that. And that creates that surface there, which is really good. Okay, so let's create that now. Exit this sketch. So we have the spline there. And then we also have this edge here. So what we're going to do is click on this line again, edit sketch, and then let's click on this line, hold Control, and press this line, and make this line tangents. Okay, and let's just pull this in a little bit so it's more closer to the body. But we have the tangency selected. Obviously, we lost some curvature here, so let's fix that up. Well, then I guess we don't need that tangency there because then it's just tangency coincident, delete. What else we got? Tangent, delete all. That's good. It's under the car, and then we won't see if it's tangent or not tangent anyways. Obviously, if you would work for a car manufacturer, then yeah, it would be an issue. But for now, we're just going to leave it as it is, and then jump to the front of the other side here, just to make sure that we are within all direction. Pull this in up like that. Jump to the front real quickly, and then get it spline to line up. Okay, and let's just jump to the top again and align our connectors. Yeah, you're probably wondering. Yeah, it's a lot of working with splines and connectors. When you're creating surfaces in 3Ds, you're going to work with a lot of splines and modifying your splines as much as possible. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? So, especially in SolidWorks, is not really meant for surfacing. However, if you want a more surface design or car design manufacturing software to use, if really you want to be really serious about it, then I highly recommend to get started on Siemens NX10. That's a good software as well, but it's not as user friendly as SolidWorks. So that's the edge we're looking for right there. Just okay on that, and then our second edge is going to be that. So selection manager, select this line. Let's just okay on that one, and then let's make sure that we're not having any intersecting geometry here, and that looks good. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. So we taken that whole area here now. Okay, so maybe let's hide these lines, and let's just close this top part up. So let's grab a boundary surface, and from this edge to that edge, hover over the pin connectors, and flip these connectors. And for direction 2, let's choose this side here. And then now we added another closed surface there that's not going to be visible. All right, so there's one more thing we need to do is continue with this step in here that we created. And then for that, we're going to grab another 3D construction line. All right, so let's jump to the front of the car here real quickly. And then let's jump to sketch, 3D sketch, and then 3D point. And we're going to add the 3D point right about there. Okay, and then we're going to jump to the top of the car and then pull that line about here. All right, and then we're going to grab a construction line, and then we're just gonna come in at this direction. So make sure again you're on X and Z, play X and Z. X and Z axes, and not Y. So press tab to get into X and Z. Where are you? Y and Z, X, Y, Y, Z. And then we want to move this way, so X and Z, there you go. So as long as you get on top of the model, and then you start pressing the tab bar, then you have your axis selected. All right, but these are things that you will figure out on your own as you go along. So we're going to come about this for here, and let's do a measurement on that sketch, and that is 4, so that's not good. We want 3, so that's our more dimension here, and let's make that into 3. So some dimension. Let's delete that small dimension. Okay. Edit sketch. Oh, it won't let us. Let's hide that small dimension there. All right. And then let's pull this line in. So that's 3.23. That's good enough. We can work with that. That's no issue if it's a 23 something. All right. So the next spline we're going to get is going to go. See what we got here. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to go from this point all the way up to this point. Okay. So grab that 3D spline, 3D sketch spline, and let's go from this point and just do in the air. Let me make sure that you're not touching any edges. You're at a few points, and then move the and get on that point. Okay, so get to the top of the model here quickly. Click on that line, hold Control Polygon, and then move that in. Also, let's just manipulate this spline into our position. All right, so you want to make sure that we fall a little bit above these lines, so it's not the step is not showing from the front too much. but it's there actually. So that there, so about there. And now let's get to the top of this design. And then that's our edge here. So we want to be behind that, but not so much so. So, all right, something like that. And that's starting to look good. Okay, we look good from the front, we look good from the bottom, we look good from the side. Okay, maybe we can come in here and focus in this direction and make sure that we still have our spaces. We are all the way through on these spaces here, so that's good. All right. Okay, so press OK on that. And then obviously our first edge, we want to make sure that we, okay, so let's come in here to surfaces and boundary surface. Let's choose this edge first and jump to selection manager to get these edges in. Press OK. It's giving us an error here because we didn't select something. So let's do again boundary surface. Okay, let's do boundary and then selection manager and then this edge. Yeah, so maybe clear selection. Let's do it again. So boundary surface, selection manager, and then go all the way from here. And we will pull it down, of course, pull the connector back. And then selection manager, this edge here. Okay, so it's not going to give us our surface like this. So let's come in here and grab a 3D sketch, and just from this point, and make sure you stay on this outer edge all the way through. I should have known that in the first place, but you know. Sometimes certain things works. Sometimes it's just you have to try other stuff, right? So calm down all the way to that point here. Okay. So let's try now, because surfaces, and then let's try boundary surface. Let's try this one, that line there. And we have a surface there. That's good. And for direction too, we don't choose that. That's okay. All right. So however, we can go back in here for a second, and for direction too, let's choose this edge here. But don't need that. So okay on that. Okay, so that's good. Let's hide that line. And we are almost tangent there, but that's not very visible. What's in the corner. All right, so so this is one surface, but we can put it into one surface and mirror these over to the other end. But we are nicely closed on this side as well. Okay, so let's knit some areas here, but don't knit anything to the body, obviously, just this area here. So let's knit that. This one. this one, this top part, this one, and we still need to close this small section off. Let's do it actually. So our edge of the surface is starting here and here. These are the edges here. These are the edges, and yeah, I don't think we need to close that off. We can leave it as is. All right, so let's go to knit, and then I go to this one, and then maybe later on, if we need to, we will close it off. Select these edges as well. That's good, and then press OK. Now let's hide these lines here. Hide that line, and then hide this line here. And now knit this surface to let's not do that. This one is our knit together. Okay, so we're going to knit these when we mirror this rest of the body part over to the other end. All right, so let's do that because it's already one body. So let's go to features, mirror or mirror face plane. We're going to use the front plane, and then bodies to mirror. We're going to use this body here, and that's good. Okay, so now we can knit everything to the body. So let's go to surfaces, knit, and then knit this one to this body, and this one here, and this one here. All green is good. That's okay. And then let's jump over to this side, and then we have a body here that we didn't mirror over. Oh, we do. Okay, so let me see something here quickly. Let's take off the last knit, so delete the last knit. Okay, let's check our body. Okay, mirror, and then this knit here, that body there. All right, so let's jump over to features, mirror, and then front plane, and then bodies to mirror. Let's grab that small surface here, get it over to the other end. That's good. Okay, and now let's we have everything here as well. Okay, that's good. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let's go to surfaces here, and then or features, and mirror this piece over to the end as well. So front plane, this piece, and then the bodies to mirror. Don't forget that. Bodies to mirror. Okay, and then we have the surfaces of this end as well. Okay, that looks good. All right, and now let's knit them back together. So surfaces, surface knit. Let's knit this body to this body, and that body, and this body here. Okay, and jump over to this side, and then knit this small clear selection, this small here, this body, and this bus already knit together. Mirror, mirror, mirror. All right, so let's delete actually. Let's delete these knits because I did something that I'm not happy about, and I don't want you to do that as well. So let's delete some of these mirrors. So when you see this on a surface, that's not a good sign because that's a double surface. So it will cause problem in rendering and everything. So we don't want that. Okay, good. All right. So that's that mirror right there. Okay. So you don't need to mirror the front. Let's not mirror the front body over. All right. So let's go back into Knit and then let's go back into Knit and then let's knit some parts together. Let's start with the small piece here and then actually I'll have some. So let's delete this Knit as well. Okay, so that was causing us problem with that we mirrored over the other end. So knit this one, this small edge first, this section, and then no, actually, before we need anything, all right, before we need anything, let's do the mirror. Sorry about that. Okay, so front plane and then bodies to mirror, and let's start with this small piece here and this one, and do not select the top part here over there. Okay, so let's select everything from the inside. All right, and then jump to the back and select these surfaces. All right, so that's all we need. And let's get this small piece from the top. Okay, so now we are a lot better. So there you go. We don't have that double surface there. So all right. So let's do some knitting here. Let's knit this one and this one and this one and this one together. Section here. Okay, we still have a double surface, so we need to fix that. Now let's get rid of this knit. And let's get rid of this mirror. And what else we got? All right. So we can actually delete this here. Okay, it won't cause us any trouble. So now that we deleted that whole section there, let's just come in. We should have done it in the first place. Let's just come in here and then let's knit everything together from the bottom. Don't knit anything to this section here. So knit this one, this section here, this, that, and this one here. Okay, that's good now. And then press OK. And jump into futures mirror, and mirror face plane is going to be the front plane. All right, and then let's choose bodies to mirror, and we're going to choose this body that we created. Do not select this body here. Okay, so press OK. So let's check now. Now we are good. We have a single surface there as well. So that's actually a good thing that we had to go through all that, because from this you learned as well that make sure that you always have a single surface, not double surface, what you saw before. All right, so now let's jump back into surface and knit these bodies to the actual body. And we haven't missed out anything, so everything is green here, which is pretty good. Okay. And press OK on that. All right. So we're going to leave this tutorial here, and then we're going to jump back with tutorial 13. Okay, see you then.